This next clip is an update from the family that once opened their door after weeks of strange knocking. The same family whose life changed from odd disturbances to full-blown haunting. Now, just when they thought things might calm down, the activity has escalated, and it's getting worse, especially around the kitchen. Watch.
Padre Santo. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino. Hágase tu voluntad así en la tierra como en el cielo.
This isn't the soft, tentative knocking of before. This is aggressive, hard, demanding. It rattles the door's frame. It shakes the house. It doesn't stop after one or two knocks. It repeats, builds, as though whatever's on the other side has run out of patience and is desperate to get in. That alone raises a chilling question. They once opened the door, and after that, chaos followed. So why is there knocking again? Some believe when a spirit becomes comfortable with a house, it doesn't stay alone. It invites others. And those other presences tend to be far less patient, far more dangerous. With this kind of knocking, the thing behind the door could be far worse than what first showed up. Opening it may no longer just let in a curious specter, but something malevolent, something hungry. As desperate as this family must be, at this point, opening the door isn't an option. Not until they have a plan or someone powerful enough to handle what might come through. If you were them, what would you do now? Change house? Set up protection? Call professionals? Whatever their next move is, one thing is certain. What's behind that door may be beyond anything they've seen before, and until we get more footage, more answers, or some clarity, this remains a mystery. This next clip is also an update from a previous investigation where a team of ghost hunters explored an old property that once belonged to an elderly couple who passed away, leaving the home abandoned for years. For days they've been at the house, documenting everything from soft knocks echoing through the hallway to objects subtly shifting whenever no one was looking. At one point, if they reached out to pick something up, no matter whether it was a notebook, a candle, or even a cup, the table would suddenly start vibrating violently until they dropped the item, almost like the spirit was warning them, "Don't touch my things." Even then, the investigators didn't leave. They felt strongly that whatever was there wasn't aggressive, only protective. So they tried something different, something that would confirm whether a spirit was truly responding to them. Watch this.
Punem aici în geam și pe ăsta?
Da, nu știu, punem... Da, punem jos acolo.
Aici în casă?
Mai aici, în spate, la tablou. O pisare asta, nu știu, pe ceva.
Așa?
Da, nu contează.
Dar ce vrei să fac?
Hai să vezi acum șmecherie.
Explică-mi și mie.
Deci îl lăsăm pe Nea Gheorghe aici, da? Bun. Acum. Închidem balconul. Eu am prins care-i faza, ca să știți.
Lasă-mă și mergem, poate murim noi, ca măcar...
Mult, dar parcă n-ai mai murit.
Da, am murit, dar uite mai am.
Oricare spirit te află aici, oricare entitate, oricare demon, oricare strigoi, Prin puterea primordială îți ordon să miști tabloul ăsta sau să-l dai jos sau...
Eu am limba.
Da? Deci ceva se lega. Nu mă sperii, nu mă rămân surprins. Fiindcă știam, eram sigur, 90% eram sigur că o să se întâmple chestia asta.
Adică când ești amândoi în balcon faci așa?
Da, fii atent. Stai așa că-l iau. Stai așa, mă. Am luat pe Nea Gheorghe și lăsăm mai...
Și acum ce se întâmplă? Din timp murim?
Băi, oricare spirit te afla aici, oricare entitate, oricare demon, oricare suflet neliniștit, prin puterea primordială îți ordon să miști. Du-te, fă cu meciul tău, tragă meciul tău, l-o da jos să moară familia mea, l-o dau jos.
That moment was all the proof they needed, and after that, the house changed. The activity grew stronger. Watch.
Ia-l repede, ia-l.
O căzut singur. O căzut singur. Ai de pula mea. De pula mea.
Doamne, mi-am făcut cruci. Credeți-mă pe bunic, mi-am făcut cruci.
Credeți-mă, că mâine asta că nu.
E gata-i.
Îl ard în tămâini.
E gata-i, nu mai, e gata-i.
Îl ard în tămâini.
O dispărut, mâncați-l. Tu, măi, Nea Gheorghe, măi.
Aschi-dau acum, stai așa.
Oricare spirit te află aici, îți ordon să faci ceea ce faci, să faci în fața camerei. Poza e jos, mă, acolo, rămas jos.
What came next sparked a completely different debate among viewers. Have a look.
Bun, Nea Gheorghe, dacă tot ești acolo lângă păpușa aia, poți un pic să o miști sau să o faci să meargă? Deci dacă se mișcă păpușa, am plecat acasă, vă zic de pe acum. Băga mea și pula în dracu să-mi bag. Gata, îmi bag pula în casa asta. Gata, fraților, v-am ban în casa asta. Ieși afară, băga mea și pula, nică ne omoară.
The discovery of those dolls shifted the entire conversation. Many began questioning whether the spirit they'd been communicating with was truly tied to the house, or tied to the dolls themselves. In the paranormal world, dolls are known to hold attachments. Spirits sometimes cling to them, reside in them, or even use them as vessels when they can't anchor themselves anywhere else. So now, there were two theories. Either the spirit belonged to someone who once lived in the home, or the previous owners unknowingly brought home a doll that already carried an attachment. After seeing those dolls move the way they did, the team didn't need any more convincing. They packed up their equipment, left the property immediately, and made it very clear they had no intention of spending another night inside that house. Now in this next video, a guy named Kyle, who you might remember from several of our previous videos, is still dealing with the same thing that's been tormenting him for months. Knocking sounds that seem to move from room to room, always following him, always getting louder. But this time, he was finally able to trace one of those knocks directly to the basement, and he discovered something that left him more confused than ever. Take a look.
Gosh dang it, I'm hearing that knocking sound again. There it is. Where is it coming from? Right there, right there. It's coming from this door. That's where it's been coming from. Somebody's knocking on that, or something is knocking on this freaking door. There's nobody there, obviously. Well, at least I now know where it's coming from.
Finding no one at the door, no footsteps, not even a shadow fleeing the scene, left him with only one conclusion. Whatever is knocking isn't human. And honestly, after everything Kyle has been through in that house, this shouldn't even be surprising anymore. Because remember, this is the same guy who woke up one night and caught a dark figure standing frozen inside his crawl space, unmoving, just staring straight ahead as if it had been waiting for him. The same guy who's heard children laughing in the middle of the night, even though he has no kids, seen things in his attic shift around on their own, and has documented footsteps pacing inside the walls, things falling in the garage, small objects getting pushed across the floor, and the worst one yet, his home camera once caught a figure standing quietly beside his bed while he slept, vanishing just seconds before he woke up. All these incidents, from the crawl space, to the attic, to the garage, to his bedroom, and now the basement, connect in one disturbing pattern. Whatever is in this house moves freely, watches him, and makes itself known whenever it wants to. So until Kyle drops more updates, this remains one of the hardest cases to decode. In the following video, a guy and his partner have been dealing with something extremely unsettling inside their home. For days now, they've been coming back from work to find their living room and kitchen completely out of place. Pillows on the floor, cabinets half open, small items thrown across the room, and once, an entire stack of folded laundry scattered across the hallway as if someone walked through it intentionally. One of them insisted it had to be the cat, but the other argued that it didn't make sense. The cat isn't strong enough to knock over half the things they found on the ground. So, to settle the argument once and for all, they installed cameras. Here's what the camera caught. This clearly shows the cat is innocent, but it also confirms something else entirely. The couple now has another presence in the house, one they never invited and one they don't understand. And after seeing that footage, their minds immediately shifted from who did this to what exactly are we living with and how dangerous can it be? So look closely at the clips to see if you can piece things together. Watch. After this second clip, people in the comments began forming their own theories. Many said the movement feels exactly like a child spirit, but it didn't only happen during the day. Watch this. Now, how do you explain a chair rocking on its own in the middle of the night? Almost as if someone was sitting in it and pushing off the ground with their feet. That detail alone shifted the conversation. Some viewers pointed out that this kind of night activity usually means the spirit is fully comfortable, too comfortable. Others believe the chair movement ties directly to the mess during the day, suggesting the same presence is active around the clock. If it really is a child spirit, it might not even realize it's causing fear, just doing what kids do, playing, exploring, touching things that don't belong to them. But until more updates are shared, and until the couple figures out exactly what kind of presence they're dealing with, this case remains completely unsolved. Now, this next video captures something that genuinely shook a lot of viewers, because it happened while Rebecca was homeschooling her kids. Watch.
2 and 0. So it's asking you which intervals in which the y is increasing. Select all and apply. Okay, so now we have it. So we have here to here. So the first one, -6 Okay, and then we have, then it goes down, 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 up, and up. Okay, so we have -6 and -6 and 0.
At first glance, your mind wants to go with the simplest explanation, that the tree was already hanging by a thread. But according to Rebecca, the tree was still firmly attached to its base. No visible damage, no rot, nothing that looked like it was about to collapse. And then people who slowed the footage down began noticing something else. Something that made the entire situation feel way less natural. Several viewers claimed they saw a figure moving behind the tree just seconds before it began shaking on its own. So was it gravity, a rare coincidence, or something attempting to reveal itself through the only object it could manipulate? You decide. In this next clip, the popular Midwest ghost hunter Ian visited Bonanzaville, an open-air museum filled with preserved historic structures from different eras of North Dakota. There's the old haunted tavern where staff have reported glasses clinking on their own, the mansion's said to echo footsteps long after closing, and even a small church where a shadowy figure is often seen slipping between the pews. And of course, Ian decided to walk through all of it completely alone. He started his investigation inside the old train shed, an authentic 1930s passenger coach where visitors have sworn they've seen a phantom conductor pacing the aisle. But for Ian, that night, the train shed was calm. Where things shifted was the next building he stepped into, the telephone museum. Watch.
These phones are dead. They're not even on. I'm not even sure if you'd even be able to make calls with it right now. Could you move this? The rotary dial? Whoa, what the? Dude, that was a freaking straight up phone ringing in that room. Holy crap, that scared me. Did you just make one of the phones ring in that room? That was coming from that room over there. Oh God. Well, I suppose let's go answer.
This museum has a long, unsettling history. Staff say the phones inside often ring on their own, connecting to other historical buildings across the property. But whenever someone picks up, it's only dead air. Others have reported seeing a ghostly woman drift through the aisles, appearing and disappearing between the old switchboards. So Ian, being Ian, decided to answer one of the ringing phones himself. Watch what happened.
Hello? Could you speak through this phone? Who called that phone earlier? Put my voice recorder up to it.
A faint whisper came through his recorder, and Ian couldn't tell whether the voice came through the phone or from somewhere else inside the room. Listen again. Some say the voice sounds like it's trying to speak directly to him. Others think it's the woman people claim to see in the building, but whether it's tied to the museum, the phones, or something else entirely, one thing is clear. Whatever haunts that building knew he was there. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. In the following video, a man known for being blessed with sight, the rare ability to perceive things beyond the physical realm, visits yet another reportedly haunted house, one that's left its owners sleepless and terrified. They've complained about lights flickering violently in the middle of the night, furniture dragging across the floor on its own, children's laughter echoing through empty rooms, and the constant feeling of being watched from dark corners. Hoping to understand what's been tormenting them, he decided to visit. From the moment he arrived, he began sensing several energy shifts. Watch this.
Maybe some of these objects were haunted. What the f? Yo, this is moving and this is moving. Why isn't this one moving? I'm used to this shit already.
You know what I mean? Like, if, don't follow me home. Can you stop this? Stop it right now. Stop. It's going even faster now. Look at this shit. And this one's perfectly. There's no wind. There's no wind at all. Look at the trees outside. I don't feel nothing negative though. But anyways, man.
According to him, the more fear a person shows, the stronger the activity becomes. He believes that spirits feed off fear, and that being terrified only invites them closer, almost like they draw energy from human emotion to manifest more clearly. This belief, he says, is what allows him to remain calm and confront the entities head on. But the next house he visited wasn't so quiet. The property's dark history involved a woman and her dog who tragically passed away inside. Ever since, the new residents have reported seeing a woman's shadow moving from room to room, often followed by the faint sound of paws on the hardwood floor. When he arrived at the house, this happened.
Cutting some stuff, but yeah, this is one of the houses. Shit, the hell is it? What the Yo, out with it. Yo, the door just shut on me. So she passed away?
That's why when I'm talking, I'm talking to her because she did that with the other door to me.
Because I've been getting the chills all, like, the whole time I've been here.
Yeah.
And I actually seen a dog, like an apparition of a dog right here. Like a little dog, like yours.
Oh, really?
Right here, yeah. And I was like, right here, right in this area. She had a dog too, huh?
She had a dog, yeah, but I don't know what kind. I think it was a small dog.
Yeah, because I see on jobs, some houses I see things, you know, like some houses they're like with spirits.
Yeah.
Whew. But that door just shut. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm used to it by this. I mean, I'm always working in houses that have stuff in them.
Well, I bet because all these homes are old.
They're old and they're by trees. They say trees hold a lot of spiritual stuff
really?
in water. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. So that was the homeowner's family member, and she's also sensitive like me. She sees it too, and she talks. You know, I explained to her, the lady I seen her, she said, yeah, that's her aunt, so I'm not crazy. Anyways, I'm out of respect, I'm gonna stop recording, because that's her aunt and her living relative. God bless everybody.
For those blessed or cursed with sight, reality, and the unseen world overlap. So when he says he saw something, maybe he truly did. But, as always, I'll leave you to be the judge. Now in this next clip, a guy named Josh has been hearing strange noises around his home for several nights. Soft tapping on his walls, doors creaking open on their own, and the faint sound of breathing right behind him whenever he's alone. So this time, he decided to grab his camera and check it out. Watch this.
I keep hearing shit downstairs. Rustling stuff. Check it out. Shouldn't be anybody here by me.
And let's not forget there was somebody in our house.
If you look closely, you'll notice it. A dark figure standing perfectly still. But what really sent chills down everyone's spine was the moment it rushed toward him, followed by the violent force on the door, as if whatever was out there was trying to break through. Some viewers think Josh might be dealing with a shadow entity, a type of spirit said to attach itself to people rather than places, feeding off fear until it gains enough energy to manifest physically. Others think it could be the spirit of someone who died in the home, trapped between worlds, trying to make itself known. But the scariest theory is that Josh may have invited something in unknowingly, and now it refuses to leave. The video sparked a huge debate online about whether or not he should sage the house, but one viewer who claimed to be a paranormal expert took things further. According to them, Josh would need a Reiki master for cord cutting, a shaman for a full blessing, and a physical medium for cleansing and removal. They added that the house should be smudged with sage from top to bottom, starting in the attic and working down to the basement, making sure to cover every reflective surface and window. Every doorway and windowsill should be lined with salt. Afterward, Josh would need to ground himself by standing barefoot in the grass for at least 15 minutes before re-entering the home. Finally, he should use holy water, drawing a cross on his forehead, another on each mirror, and sprinkling it over his bed and the most active parts of the property, and continue smudging daily until proper help arrives. So, what do you think? Would any of that really make a difference, or is Josh dealing with something beyond cleansing? In this next video, a ghost hunter named Jake decided to investigate a haunted museum, and what he caught on camera is downright terrifying. Watch this.
Haunted museum, guys. Here's Sully the dog. The goat. Look at that face, bro. Sully, speak! All right. This is where the Shadow Man was caught on camera, guys. This is a county museum, and we've heard all kinds of things in here. Footsteps, doors slamming. Oh my god, creepy-ass mannequins, dude. Hello? Okay. Guys, we've seen so many ghosts here. My dad actually captured a ghost on camera. We're gonna go into that room right now. We've seen the Shadow Man here. That's what he caught. You know what? I'll put the clip at the end of this video, so watch the end, and you guys will see the clip of the Shadow Man. I swear I just saw movement in the mirror, dude. Did anybody else see that? Back here is where the Shadow Man was captured, guys. It was caught right here, walking up these stairs. Anybody? What was that? Okay, screw this. Here's the footage of the Shadow Man, guys, and if you're still watching, hit that follow button and click on the live stream because I am probably live right now.
The movement, the strange noises, and the heavy stillness in the air made the whole place feel wrong. And for a moment, even Jake, who's been to dozens of haunted locations, admitted that something about this museum felt different. But maybe it shouldn't be so surprising. Museums are often said to be some of the most haunted places in the world. After all, they're filled with ancient artifacts, objects once owned or used by people long gone, some connected to death, war, or sacred rituals. Many paranormal investigators believe these items can hold residual energy, like emotional imprints of the past, replaying themselves over and over. Others think spirits can attach themselves to the objects that mattered most to them in life, especially if those items were stolen or disturbed. So was Jake picking up on one of those restless presences, or was it something else entirely? Until more people come forward with similar experiences from the same museum, this one remains an open, unsettling mystery. The following video was recorded by paranormal explorer Nikolai inside an old abandoned house rumored to be deeply haunted, but during his exploration, something completely unexpected caught him off guard. Have a look.
So this is creepy. We're here breaking down the haunted house for the season. Just casually was walking over here. Just noticed that there's something by the cone.
Do you want to play with me and all my friends? Come out wherever you are.
This was not in the corn maze. This was not in the house.
Why do you look so scared? Everyone in the graveyard just wants to be friends.
No idea where this came from, and it's powered up.
I love cemetery, especially at midnight, when it's colder, when the other children are long asleep, and the dead awaken.
Yeah,
Do you want to play with me and all my friends? Come out wherever you are.
That's gonna stay there. That's, yeah. That's gonna stay there. I don't know where it came from. And yeah, this is the life of working at a haunted house.
The look on the doll's face, and even worse, the words it was saying, were beyond unsettling. The tone of its voice, the unnatural way it moved. It was like the doll wasn't just repeating something pre-recorded, but actually trying to communicate. Some viewers even said it seemed aware of Nikolai's presence, almost responding to him directly. The creepiest part? The doll didn't seem finished. It kept moving its head slightly, like it had more to say. Something Nikolai wasn't willing to stick around to hear. Shaken, he quickly left the house, saying he'd return another day to finish exploring. But after that encounter, he could only hope that when he does, that doll won't be waiting for him again. In this next video, a woman shares old footage from when she lived in a house she believes was haunted. Watch this. She says it started with whispers in the night, faint voices calling her name when everyone else was asleep. Then came the slow knocks on her bedroom wall, the kind that seemed to wait for her to answer. Some nights she'd wake to find her door wide open even though she'd locked it, or her TV suddenly turning on, blaring static into the dark. There were moments she'd spot shadows gliding across the hallway when she knew she was alone. And once, she found every cabinet door in her kitchen standing wide open, as if someone or something had been searching for something. Whatever was in that house didn't just want to be noticed, it wanted to be heard. So was she dealing with a mimic, a trapped spirit, or something far darker? You decide. In this next clip, Kyle, a guy who's become somewhat known online for sharing his ongoing paranormal experiences, hears strange noises coming from his attic one night. Curious, and maybe a little nervous, he decides to grab his camera and check it out. Watch this.
Y'all watch this and tell me what the hell it is. Is it cobwebs, a glitch, or a ghost? You tell me. I don't even really give a shit anymore. I don't care. I don't care if it's a ghost. I don't care if it's a cobweb ghost. Just keep your ass up there and shut the fuck. I haven't been posting lately because I've been trying to ignore this shit to see if it'll make it stop. But it ain't working. But in other news, I'm working on a new book. I think I'm gonna post about that. I think it's a pretty good idea. Takes place in a funeral home. I'll have some words about that soon.
After sharing the footage, many viewers who studied it closely believe Kyle might be dealing with two mischievous childlike spirits, entities that enjoy playing tricks, moving small objects, and causing harmless chaos, but never actually bring harm. Still, living with something annoying doesn't sound exactly comforting. Some, however, warned him to set boundaries immediately, saying that even playful spirits can turn restless or aggressive if ignored for too long, especially when they start feeling too at home. One comment even mentioned that child spirits aren't always what they seem, and that something darker might be disguising itself behind that innocent laughter. So, what do you think? Are these harmless pranksters, or something pretending to be? Now, in this next video, the popular Midwest ghost hunter Ian continues his exploration through one of Nebraska's most haunted places, the Argo Hotel. This time, he made his way to the old bar area, a section of the building where countless visitors have reported seeing objects move on their own. As his camera rolled, a glass sitting perfectly still on the table suddenly slid forward, as if an invisible hand had just given it a gentle push. But while that was already unsettling enough, something else happened that took Ian a moment to even process.
This whole place is giving me the heebie-jeebies. Is there anything else that you'd like to do? Alright, well, I'm definitely gonna leave a still camera in here to record to see if anything else happens when I'm away.
He had actually left the camera running while exploring other parts of the building, so when he later reviewed the footage and saw what occurred in that empty room, his unease grew tenfold. There was no one else inside, no wind, no vibrations, just the quiet, eerie stillness of a haunted bar and that unexplained movement caught on camera. The Argo Hotel continues to prove why it's one of the most active sites in the Midwest. And if this is what happens when no one's around, it makes you wonder, what else happens when the cameras aren't rolling? For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. In the following video, a woman named Kalia opens up about something that has been unsettling her for years. Her 7-year-old daughter claims she sees things no one else can. According to Kalia, it all began when her daughter was just 3 years old. She would point at corners of the road, wave at empty hallways, and describe people walking through their home that no one else could see. Sometimes she mentioned the lady with the blue dress, other times the tall man who stands by the kitchen door at night. Now, her daughter insists she sees Kalia's father, who passed away long before the child was born, moving around their house like he never left. One day, while homesick from school, the little girl made another unsettling statement. Watch.
Who's the man in the picture?
Why? Did you see him?
Yeah, but I saw him upstairs.
You what?
I saw him upstairs.
What was he doing?
Standing here?
He was standing there?
Uh-huh.
He ain't say nothing to you?
Uh-huh.
Did he scare you? Was you scared?
No.
That's right. You don't need to be scared because that's your pap. Maybe he just came to see you. He didn't scare you when you seen him upstairs?
So
Where's he at? He's in heaven.
Oh.
He's in heaven. He died when Mommy was little.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in heaven. Yeah.
That's why he died. Why he dying from?
Yeah, he was in a car accident.
Car accident?
Did you see him last night or this morning? When did you see him?
I see him in upstairs.
You see the man upstairs when? Last night?
Uh-huh. And he's in heaven.
But you seen him last night.
Yeah, I've seen him last night. So he's dead?
Yeah.
So in your belly.
Okay.
The comment section exploded when she said those final words. In your belly. Some believe she was sensing a pregnancy, possibly even a reincarnation of Kalia's father. Others urged her to look into her family history because children with this kind of sight often inherit it. When Kalia finally did, everything clicked into place. She discovered that her grandmother was born with a veil over her face, a sign many believe marks a child with spiritual sight. Her grandmother reportedly always knew when someone was about to pass, saying she could see angels hovering above their homes in the days before it happened. And now, her own daughter seems to be showing the same signs, a connection across 3 generations, one that both fascinates and terrifies Kalia. But until Kay gives more updates, this one remains completely unsolved. Now, in this next clip, Kyle's crawlspace wakes him up yet again in the middle of the night. He'd been hearing strange noises coming from underneath the house for weeks, but this time it was loud enough to pull him out of bed. When he stepped outside to check, he captured this on camera.
Jesus Christ. I'm opening it. No, just go inside. Go inside. I'm opening it. I'm doing it. Jesus Christ. All right, fucking. Holy shit. Come on. Can't get this damn thing open. What the? Oh shit. Jesus. What the f?
Look closely. A figure was captured, and according to Kyle, things only got worse after that night. Some people say crawl spaces are hotspots for paranormal activity because of stagnant air, trapped energy, and the forgotten things previous tenants leave behind. Others say renters often seal a crawl space the moment they discover one, covering vents, locking access panels, or even placing salt barriers, just to stop whatever might be hiding underneath from wandering into the main house. But whatever was living under Kyle's home, it didn't seem interested in staying hidden anymore. In this next video, a guy living alone with his cat has been dealing with strange activity around his home. Small things going missing, doors clicking shut on their own, and that uneasy feeling of movement in the room when he's completely still. This time, he finally managed to catch one of those moments on camera. Now, there are two major perspectives people argue about when it comes to clips like this. On one hand, many believe that if something truly paranormal is in the room, the cat would sense it first. They pick up on shifts in air, sound frequencies humans can't hear, and changes in energy. Cats staring at corners, following something invisible with their eyes, or suddenly puffing up are usually taken as signs that something is there. But on the other hand, there's an entire group that argues the opposite. Cats don't always react, especially if the presence is familiar, subtle, or something they've already gotten used to. Some say pets coexist with unseen things in ways humans can't understand, and silence from a cat doesn't always mean nothing is happening. So what do you think? If there really was something in that house, would the cat have reacted? Or is this one of those rare moments where the human caught something the animal didn't? Now, in this next clip, things take a far stranger turn. Lauren Lowe, an animal lover and a mom, was cleaning her daughter's room in broad daylight when she suddenly heard this.
I'm in my daughter's room, and I just heard tapping. Hold on. Like, it sounded like it came from right up here. And there's nothing right above. There's nothing above. There's no floor right above this room. Hold on. Can see it better. Hold on. Hold on. So there's nothing. It's just my daughter's closet. There's nothing in there. That was so weird. I hope you guys heard that. Seeing weird shit. That was weird. I hope you guys heard that tapping. Okay. Weird.
And here's what makes that sound so unsettling. This house has no attic and no basement. So what's causing the noise? But that was only the beginning. A few nights later, around 10 p.m., her dog started acting strange. Growling, pacing, staring at the door like something was standing right behind it. So Lauren opened the door. Take a look.
What is it? Is there something there? Stay here. What the f is that noise? Go on, take it. Go. What was that? What was that? What was that? Come here, Teddy. Oh my God, what was that noise?
If you watch closely, a figure slips through the kitchen area right behind the lampstand. And with everything she's been experiencing in this house, she's becoming convinced there's someone, or something, living in her home that shouldn't be there. So she finally decided to set up a camera, but while she was trying to set it up, this happened.
Okay, I'm finally gonna go put the camera in because we obviously heard some really weird, strange noises last night. We heard a loud bang. That was Teddy. That was Teddy running up the stairs. You can see him. He's going upstairs with me. Okay. All right. So we're putting this camera inside this room today, which is where I saw the hoof prints, which are still there. As you can see, those hoof prints are there. Everybody wants to say that that is furniture indentions. It's not. Okay, so I'm gonna set the camera right here, facing, maybe right here, facing out. Okay. Oh my God. Jeff? Was that you? What? The door just slammed behind me. Was that you?
Am I upstairs?
Hey, I'm coming back. I'm coming back down. I'm coming back down. I'm coming back down. Yes, the door just slammed on me.
Prints appearing on the carpet, tapping sounds, figures moving through the background, and now the door closing on its own. The activity is escalating fast, and what scares Lauren the most is that her husband isn't bothered at all. He's lived with lions and tigers, so a random footprint on the carpet doesn't even bother him. But let's see how long that confidence lasts, because when things get intense, it's hard to ignore. So what do you think is in their house? A spirit, a trespasser, or something else entirely? This next clip was captured by a home camera, and the wife, Annalisa, is completely shaken by what she found. Have a look. In the first recording, it almost looks like a figure casually walking. Then, in the second clip, a voice whispers, "Eric." And this happens barely 2 minutes after her husband, Eric, left for work. People often say that when you hear your name, especially when you're alone, it can mean a few different things. Some believe it's a spirit trying to get your attention. Others say it's a form of mimicry, the kind associated with entities that repeat familiar voices to draw people in. And then there's the psychological angle, that your mind sometimes fills silence with something it expects to hear, but that doesn't quite explain a voice captured on camera. So what do you think this is? A coincidence, a call, or something that knows Eric's name a little too well? In this next video, a mother named Monique put together a compilation of the strange things that have been happening inside her home. And the weirdest part? There's a pattern. Every single incident seems to involve only her baby's belongings. Nothing else in the house ever moves, shifts, or falls. Just the baby's things. And for some reason, Monique is convinced it's her grandmother trying to make her presence known. Watch this. At first glance, your mind might jump straight to gravity or maybe vibrations from someone walking, but once you see the baby's bouncy chair start moving and the piano move, that explanation becomes harder and harder to hold on to. But here's why Monique believes it's her grandmother. Before she passed, her grandmother was obsessed with the idea of protecting every new baby born into the family. She'd always say they arrived with angels still holding on to them. She also used to buy musical toys for every grandchild, saying music kept children safe. And the day Monique brought her baby home, she swears she felt her grandmother's perfume, the exact scent, near the crib. So now, seeing only the baby's toys activate quietly, gently, almost like someone playing with the child from the other side, she can't help but feel it's her grandmother checking in. But if it's not her grandma or a friendly spirit, many people have already advised Monique to sage the house, open every window, and let whatever energy is inside leave. But will this really help or make the situation worse? I'll leave it to you to decide. Now, in this next clip, the popular ghost hunter Ian continues his late-night exploration deep in the Minnesota woods. Heading straight for an isolated cemetery locals whisper about endlessly. It's a place people avoid after dark, and at the center of it sits something even darker. A grave the town calls the Glowing Grave. From the previous clip we posted, the fence surrounding the grave rattled on its own. But instead of leaving, Ian pushed deeper. He wanted answers. He wanted to know who or what was trying to get his attention. So he attempted to communicate with whatever spirit was tied to that grave.
Let's say, Nanny? Is your name Nanny? Whoa. Okay. I take that as a yes. Thank you. I take it you're a female. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Does that say what I think it says? 5 years old? Oh my god. I'm so sorry. That is so tragic. I'm sorry. Maybe that's why you come off so playful. My name is Ian, and I'd just like to be your friend. Is there anybody else that's buried here? Whoa, I just heard your voice. Could you say it once more? Dude, oh my god, I just heard you again!
Moments later, Ian discovered that there weren't just one, but two spirits said to haunt this burial spot. Nanny Bickle, who passed away at age 5, and Ida Bickle, who passed at 7. Curious and uneasy, he pulled out his camera to take a picture, and that's when everything became real.
So much awesome activity over here. Whoa! Whoa. Oh my god, those are moving. Would you like your picture taken? Pose for the photo. Could you smile? Alright, I'm gonna count to 3, okay? And I want you to pose for this photo. 1, 2, 3.
If you look closely at this photo, 2 misty figures appear to be standing at the grave. 2 small hazy silhouettes shaped like little girls, both staring directly into the camera from the darkness. Their outlines look almost like children caught between worlds, watching Ian as if they'd been waiting for someone to finally see them. For Ian, this was the proof he needed, that he wasn't alone out there. In the following video, a family has been stuck in the same frightening routine for over a month. Every night their baby wakes up crying, but it's not just her tears that jolt them out of sleep. There's knocking, someone banging at their door, and for weeks they try to ignore it, focusing only on calming their baby while whispering prayers over and over, hoping it would eventually stop. But on this particular night, they finally decided to check, a decision many people in the comments now call a mistake. Watch.
Sí, están tocando, sí.
¿Tienes el machete?
No, lo dejé allá afuera. Ah, sí, están tocando de nuevo. Su madre, me da un miedo. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino, hágase tu voluntad. Se siente bien horrible. La sangre de Cristo tiene poder. La sangre de Cristo tiene poder. La sangre de Cristo tiene poder. Oh, la sangre de Cristo tiene poder. Oh.
On other nights, the knocking would go on for a while before fading away, but this time felt different. The family couldn't stop wondering if it was a neighbor knocking at odd hours or maybe someone passing by who mistook their door for another. And sure enough, it appears someone, or something, really was outside. But their intentions, that's something the family still can't explain. The figure didn't call out, didn't move toward the camera, didn't even seem startled when the door cracked open. It was just standing there. And then, something that had never happened before added a whole new layer to the mystery. Inside the house, the chair suddenly began rocking on its own, as if someone had managed to slip inside during the split second the door was opened. People who saw the video can't agree on what's actually happening. A few pointed out that the baby crying every night might not be a coincidence, but the family still has no idea why any of this is happening or what that figure outside wanted, so this one remains a mystery. In this next video, a guy explains that something inside his house has made a habit of staying in one particular spot and moving things around just to get him worked up. At first, he thought it was harmless. Annoying, but harmless. But over time, whatever he was living with stopped staying in that one corner. Watch this.
No sé si alcanzan a oír, por allá se mueve. Es que lo que les digo, cuando le bajo a la música, como que se da cuenta que estoy, no le gusta mi presencia, entonces se queda callado. Pero cuando hago ruido, por ahí estaba moviéndose ahorita. Vive allá atrás, weón, no pasa de ahí. Por ahí se siente, pero nada, no he logrado verle.
Before long, he says he could actually feel it. Sometimes it would grip him out of nowhere. Other times when it touched him, his entire body went weak. And now the activity has gotten so frequent.
Bueno, antes de salir voy a grabar un poquito porque está todavía presente. Lola tiene más miedo que todos. Tú no sirves para nada, perro. Nunca se fíen en sus perros. Es que lo cuidan a uno, mentira. Puta, es que la energía aquí es fuerte y escucha. No he sido capaz de andar. Me da miedo. Hola. Me da miedo pasar de ahí. No soy capaz. Porque escucho, lo escucho ahí. Está en el baño, marica, está ahí. Y es como si... Bueno, eres un demonio, ¿qué mierda eres? Es como si se estuviera burlando de mí. Y vieran, la siento, a veces me toca, viene y me toca, y cada vez que me toca me siento como débil. Mira. Hola. Hola. Esa puta. No, marica, me voy para la calle. Tengo mucho miedo. Vamos a subirle la música. Ya me voy. Dejémoslo ahí. Bueno, y acá están en severa misa. Bueno. Lola, ¿qué hacemos? No, marica, me voy a poner esa venda y nos vamos para la calle. Bueno, creo que el ejercicio funciona. Efectivamente, está muy activa. Ya sé que eres una mujer, me lo confirmaste hace un ratico. Quiero saber más. Hola. No, me voy. Me voy a la calle, tengo miedito. Ahorita hablamos.
He later shared in another video that just a few days after moving into this house, his life took a dark turn. He had several misfortunes back to back, an accident, a broken foot, a damaged car, financial trouble, all piling up until he slipped into depression and isolation. And now he's starting to wonder if that heavy moment in his life somehow fed whatever's lurking in his home. Almost like the worse he felt, the stronger it got. But what do you think? Can spirits really feed off a person's emotional state, or is that all just a myth? Now, in this next clip, a man named Joseph had only been living in his new home for a few weeks when something unusual caught his attention. One morning, while out for a jog, he noticed something moving across the tree line. His first thought was that it had to be an animal, but then it became a pattern. Every time he stepped outside, he'd see a quick shift behind the branches, the kind that makes you feel like you're being watched. Concerned for the safety of his wife and kids, he decided to start building a fence. But before he could even finish it, he finally managed to catch whatever had been creeping around on camera. Watch this.
Look, dude, she couldn't find her way over there, so now she's over here. She's back in here trying to fucking find a way into my property. Do you see her? Look at that face. Oh my god. It's right there staring at me. Dude, how scary is that shit? Oh my god, dude. What the She's crawling through all this shit, bro.
At first, it's completely still, but then, if you look closely, the face moves. And at this point, Joseph doesn't even know what to think anymore. A ghost, a strange neighbor, or something entirely different. But what he caught next is what sent the comments into overdrive. Whoever, or whatever, is out there is still hiding, and this time a hand was captured reaching out from behind the trees. Some viewers believe it might be a homeless person who needs help, suggesting Joseph leave food or clothing outside just in case. But others think something far more dangerous is lurking out there, something that doesn't want to be seen, yet keeps getting closer each time. Some even pointed out that the way the hand appears doesn't look natural, almost like it's studying him, not seeking help. So, which side are you on? In the following video, Kirby J, a woman who's been convinced for months that she isn't alone in her home, finally caught something on camera that she believes proves it. Have a look.
I have ghosts in my house. All of a sudden I'm sitting here and I hear a child's toy going. I hear a child's toy going off back here. By the way, no child has been here. No. What? I think it's up here. I'm so scared. My mom's grandkids. Don't touch this. What is that? Why would the child's toy be going off if no kid has played with them in months? Like, I kid you not, my nieces and nephews have not touched these toys in months, and all of a sudden it starts singing today? No. Oh my god. After I was just on the phone with my friend telling her I had ghosts in my house. Let me show you. My mom bought this Annabelle doll a couple of years ago. When we first got her, she was facing forward like this. Every day, she's been slowly turning to look out the window. We think that she's mad because my mom puts stuff on top of her box and she doesn't like it. I should mention, the day after my mom brought this Annabelle doll home, my mom broke her ankle in the room right over there in the corner. And then a couple nights ago, my mom tripped on something in the middle of the night. We don't know what she tripped on and got a concussion in the back of her head. I'm scared.
Till today, neither she nor her family has been able to find the toy responsible for making that sound. And that's what makes this situation even stranger, because every toy they own has been checked, moved, and tested. None of them match the noise heard in the footage. But what really got people talking is the creepy doll. According to Kirby, ever since that doll came into the house, her mom has been getting hurt, and for many viewers, that's not something you can just brush aside. If Kirby's analysis is correct, then the doll may be more than just an object. Some believe items can carry attachments, especially if they were previously owned or stored somewhere with negative energy. Others think the doll could be acting as a conduit, a focus point for whatever's trying to get their attention. But here's the unsettling part. The toy sound, the unexplained injuries, and the timing of the doll's arrival all line up a little too neatly. So if it were you, would you keep the doll in the house? Or do you think Kirby should get rid of it before things escalate even further? Now, this next video was recorded inside a church by a priest who was simply trying to make a short announcement about the upcoming Sunday service. But before he could even get through the first few lines, this happened.
Well, hey everybody, Pastor Aaron here. It's my pleasure just to announce that this Sunday will be open. Okay, we've been trying to do this announcement several times today already, and 3 times that podium back there has fallen over on its own, and it's stable. I mean, it's not wobbly at all. It's kind of like that podium has been wobbling. Okay, so we checked the vent. There's a vent there. That is not an air duct that has any forced air at all, so it can't be wobbling from that. There's absolutely no breeze in here. You can see by the banner there. There's no air conditioning. It's these things. They're off. I don't know. So I'm just gonna sit here and watch it for a little bit, and we will. I'll see if it does it again. Ooh, that thing's moving. That hasn't been moving. That's new. Seriously, nothing else. There's no breeze. It's moving again. Good grief.
At first, when the podium fell, people weren't too convinced. Podiums can wobble, floors can shift, and accidents happen, even in a church. but when the flag behind him suddenly started moving in that strange, unnatural way, that's when viewers became uneasy. In a place that's supposed to be peaceful, a place that many consider sacred, that raised a lot of questions. Some believe the church might be dealing with a restless presence, possibly tied to someone who passed away on the grounds or within the congregation. Others think the activity could be connected to something the priest himself mentioned in past sermons: old items stored in the building, renovations that disturb forgotten rooms, or even people bringing in their personal burdens and energies. So, what do you think is going on in this church? A warning? A presence seeking attention? Or is there a perfectly rational explanation hidden behind all this? Now, in this next video, a lady named Carla shares something that's been building for months. According to her, the activity in her home didn't start slowly. It came in waves. Things would fall off shelves at odd hours, objects would appear in strange corners of the house where she never placed them, and more than once she woke up to the sound of something dragging across the floor. At first, she tried to ignore it. She convinced herself she was misplacing things, forgetting things, imagining things. But when she began finding items neatly arranged in places she never touched, shoes lined up by the door, cutlery stacked in the hallway, a jar she kept in the kitchen suddenly sitting in her bathtub, that's when she realized something else might be living with her. One night, while she was preparing to go to bed, this happened.
Voy a ver si está por ahí otra vez. ¿Qué pedo?
Having to pick items off the floor every single day and deal with things shifting around the house on their own is not something anyone wants to experience. For Carla, it became exhausting and terrifying. And then she revealed something that made everything fall into place for a lot of viewers. Before all of this started, she admitted she once played a Ouija board, and according to her, she was possessed during that session. When you connect all the dots, the strange movements, the misplaced objects, the nightly disturbances, and now this new footage, it starts to look less like a random haunting and more like something tethered specifically to her. But I'll leave you to be the judge on this one. If you've been following this channel for a while, then you already know Kyle Anthony, the man who somehow ended up living in one of the most unpredictable haunted houses online. One quiet evening, he was at home minding his own business when his night was interrupted yet again by what many people call the attention-seeking ghost that lives with him. Watch.
You know what? No.
Clearly, Kyle wasn't in the mood for whatever was trying to get his attention, so he turned around and went right back. But people who watched the clip noticed something he seemed to ignore: the orbs. But if you've ever seen Kyle's basement, then you know he keeps a disturbing collection down there. These images only fueled the speculation that Kyle's house isn't haunted at all. Maybe Kyle's collection is. But the truth is, every new video Kyle uploads opens one mystery after another. And with each unexplained moment, it's becoming harder to tell what exactly he's living with. The following video was captured by Sarah and her friend Sean when they went to check out an abandoned building nobody in town goes near anymore. Watch this.
Hello?
that your stomach? Was it?
No.
It wasn't?
No.
Baby, stop. No, it wasn't.
That was not my.
What the fuck? What the fuck is it? Are you sure?
I'm not kidding.
Okay. We didn't even shut the door. That's okay. You promise though?
Yes.
It sounded like a... Right? It sounded like it was right next to us.
It sounded like hello.
Yeah, and it sounded like it was right next to us. Okay. Just one more time. You promise that wasn't your stomach?
Baby. Yes.
I mean, I heard you right after go. Alright, well, we got what we came for. I've never ran from something so fast in my life. Wait, I've been recording.
You'll notice the entity replied instantly and knocked back when they knocked, and when they said hello, a voice responded. They didn't waste any time. They rushed out of there, their nerves completely shot. But what they found out afterward made their brief encounter even more chilling. Locals later told them that years ago, the building had been used as a boarding house, and that one of the tenants, a man who lived in the upper floor, was rumored to have died inside after being isolated and neglected. People say he spent his last days knocking on the walls, trying to get someone's attention, but no one ever came. Hearing that, Sarah and Sean couldn't shake the feeling that the knocks they heard weren't random creaks of an old building, but the desperate echo of someone still trying to answer back after all these years. Which makes you wonder, did they walk away from just another abandoned structure, or from a place where someone's voice is still waiting to be heard? Now, in this next clip, a man is describing the strange occurrences that have been plaguing his house when something else turns up on camera. Watch closely.
I've lived in this house for probably close to a year now, and I've never had anything happen here. I've never once thought that there was any kind of like haunting stuff going on or ghosts or anything like that. Until a couple weeks ago when I was given kind of a strange gift. I am really into like spooky decor, funeral home stuff, like all that. I love it. But a friend of mine messaged me and was like, hey, I'm at this estate sale and they have like all this funeral home stuff. Do you want any of it? They had an actual like embalming table, which I really wanted, but they were asking way too much money for it. They had all these old bottles and stuff like that. And I said, just give me something. And they ended up getting me these like lab grade like test tube things. And these are like legit Pyrex brand, like super high quality glass, right? Came from a funeral home. So I'm totally into it, right? So I bring them in the house, I clean them up, and I don't quite know where I'm going to put them yet.
While he's mid-story, trying to explain the late-night noises and the odd chills, there's a figure standing just behind the door. Then, in a blink, it's gone. People jump to conclusions fast, calling it a malevolent presence, and it's easy to see why. The man had recently bought a handful of odd items at an estate sale, stuff that came from a closed funeral home. He chalked it up to quirky decor at first, but the soundscape around his house changed after that. Those delicate, high-pitched glass noises you get when a thin crystal or a lamp edge is tapped. A quick tinkle, a soft chime, the kind of clink that makes you turn your head. He'll hear those tiny glass notes echo through the night, check the room, and everything sits exactly where it should. He's no stranger to spooky decor, he collects the macabre on purpose, but even he says this is different. The items arrived silent, the house didn't. Now, with a shadow appearing in the doorway while he talks about it, the line between coincidence and something far darker feels dangerously thin. So, was that a trick of light, a camera artifact, or something that shouldn't be in his house at all? You decide. The lady in the next clip woke up at 4:19 a.m. by the sound of something heavy hitting the floor, a crash that made her heart pound. But when she got up to look, there was nothing out of place. She'd had a recent scare. Someone tried the front door a few nights earlier, so she didn't want to dismiss it. She pulled up the footage from the cameras she'd installed after the near break-in, and this is what she found. Watch. When she posted the clip, a few viewers suggested poltergeist-style activity, objects thrown or toppled by an unseen force when tensions or emotions are high in a home. She wants this to be a one-off, and she's already told close family it's probably nothing and that she'll double-check the hooks. But she also admits she sleeps with a lamp on now and checks the locks twice. So what do you think? Something to overlook, or something that shouldn't be dismissed that easily? I'll leave this one with you. This next clip was captured by another friendly ghost believer who claims the ghost haunting her house actually listens to her. Watch this.
So guys, my door. There's a ghost in my room and it closes my door. It's gonna be a while, but you're gonna see it. Come on, close it. You're almost there. Close my door. Close it. No, I don't want you to open it. Close it. Just close it already. Do it. Come on. I do not have all fucking day. Close it so I can go to sleep. Thank you, I guess.
Several people brushed it off as coincidence, but she insists otherwise. She says there are moments when she asks the ghost to stop slamming doors or to turn the lights back off, and to her surprise, it does. Sometimes it even feels like the activity changes depending on her mood, calmer when she's calm, louder when she's upset, almost as if it's responding to her. But isn't there a reason the words ghost and haunting are so often paired together? The very word haunting suggests something unsettling, a presence that lingers where it doesn't belong. Still, there are those who believe not all hauntings are meant to frighten. Some say spirits can linger out of attachment, sarmi, to a person, a place, or even a routine. And in those cases, they might not be hostile at all. They might even try to coexist in their own strange way. Others argue that what seems friendly could be a trick, pointing out that a presence that starts off harmless may shift over time, wearing down trust before revealing darker intentions. So, would you welcome a presence like this, or would you be looking for a way out? Now, this next video is about a man who believes his late wife's ghost is haunting him, and he claims he has several CCTV footage to prove it. Watch this.
Guys, this is just a quick update because I gotta get to work. But when I got up this morning to get my coffee, I walked into the kitchen and saw this. So I guess you guys were right that activity seems to be picking up because I have been, doing renovations. I replaced all this stuff, this dishwasher, this stove, the oven hood there. But this morning when I came into the kitchen, I noticed the cabinet was open, and then I noticed this chair. So I checked the Ring video, and it definitely...
If it really is her, then it seems she doesn't approve of the new renovations he's made around the house. But that's not the only thing he's had to deal with. He says the TV sometimes switches to her favorite shows late at night, no matter what channel he leaves it on. He's found picture frames of them together moved to the floor, almost as if someone didn't want them displayed. And more than once, he's woken up to the faint scent of her perfume lingering in their bedroom, even though the bottle has been empty for years. At first, he thought it might have been comforting, like she was still with him. But now, with things being knocked over, lights flickering every time he talks about moving forward, and shadows caught on his cameras, it's starting to wear him down. So the real question is, if this truly is his wife's spirit, how does he find peace without feeling like he's abandoning her memory? And if it isn't her, then what exactly is haunting him, and how does he ever escape it? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. The following clip was recorded by a woman who runs a cleaning business and spent the day at a mansion where the previous owners said every cat in the house had died in the same room. While she worked, she noticed a tiny movement just out of the corner of her eye, and at one point, a shadow that didn't match anything in the room. She shook it off because the work had to be done, but the house lingered with her. That night, after she left and tried to sleep, the nightmares began. She woke from a shallow dream of tiny paw prints crossing her kitchen floor and of a cramped, filthy room where something small and frightened tapped at a window that would never open. When she told friends, they chalked it up to the day's stress, until the next job proved otherwise.
Oigan, ¿qué es eso de allí? No sé qué sea. ¿Escuchan? Se escucha como si golpearan la pared. Oigan, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué podrá ser? No sé si logran escuchar. Aquí ya me han apagado la luz anteriormente. Me da miedo pasar por el pasillo. ¿Escucharon? Flo. Ay, no. Ya me quiero ir, estoy esperando la ropa, ya me quiero ir. Se está escuchando muchísimos ruidos. Escucha que gritan. ¿Qué será? Voy a poner la segunda parte. Se están escuchando muchísimas voces. Me tengo que ir.
The next job she had was at a house where the owner took his own life, and as she finished cleaning, she saw something strange.
Si a donde te acabas de mudar te espantan, has vivido o estás viviendo en un apartamento, miren chicos, esos dedos también se mira como marca de dedos. Es increíble cómo va a ser esa marca ahí si ya limpiamos. Además se ve como que si se hubiera agarrado de allá arriba. No puedo creerlo. Es que ya aquí prácticamente ya se terminó. Nada más es recoger eso y vámonos. Ya vámonos, güey. ¿Escuchaste la puerta? Ya vámonos. Sí. Ahorita te ayudo ahí. Sí. ¿Escuchaste cómo se escuchó la puerta? Sí. Ya nada más nos falta terminar aquí para irnos. ¿Miraste la mano que se quedó en el refri? Está de arriba. Así que, sí, ahí arriba. Ponme un comentario si donde vives espantan. No, ya nos vamos a ir. O sabes que haya pasado algún crimen, algo malo, ponme un comentario.
The handprint was too small to be an adult's, and she'd cleaned every surface with bleach and steam. Nothing should have been left behind. People who follow her videos say her job makes her vulnerable, and that the work forces her into intimate spaces filled with memory, lies, and stale emotions. Luckily, she's found a way to protect herself, so taking anything home is not something she's worried about anymore. Now, in this next clip, the popular ghost hunter Ian continued his exploration at a cemetery near Timberlake Road with stories about the woman in white who lost her entire family in a single day and, unable to cope, ended her own life. As he walked deeper through the quiet street, he eventually found the cemetery where her family was laid to rest. And that's when things started happening.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That freaking sounds like children in there. I keep hearing like high-pitched voices. Hello? Ghostly children? Is that you I'm hearing? I definitely have the feeling that I am not alone in here. I am just waiting for something to pop out at me. Hello? Oh my god! Oh god, what the hell was that now? Freaking sounded like something rustling over here in one of these bushes. I mean, it could be an animal, to be fair. Hello? Oh, dude! That was a freaking child's voice again! I'm getting freaked out already. I just barely entered this place.
At first, Ian pulled out his spirit box to try and open a line of communication, but before he could even focus on the static voices, something else caught his eye.
How old are you? What was that? What was that? Holy moly, something just flew by that freaking tree over there. Oh my god, what the heck was that? Hello?
A pale shape drifted just out of view, gone before he could get a clear look. And then, by one of the graves, he noticed something strange. A ball, perfectly still on the ground. Ian swore it wasn't there moments earlier, but as he raised his camera to take a few pictures, what he saw left him absolutely stunned.
Little boy or little girl, whoever you are, could you move this ball again, just like you did? Even just a little tiny bit. That would be wonderful. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god! What was that? Dude, something just showed up in that photo. It was a freaking figure. It was standing right there. Standing right by the freaking tombstone. Holy sh**. Oh my god. Holy crap, dude. It was literally just standing there. Vivid. It looked like a little kid. Short in stature. It was almost as tall as this freaking gravestone. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't scare you. You just kind of scared me a little bit. Oh my freaking god. I want to look back at that photo, but I want to keep taking them just in case something else shows up. I think I'm going to take a look at it. Oh my god, there it is. There it is. Holy Dude, that's like a freaking figure. It literally looks like a child. Oh my god. It literally looks like a freaking child standing there. Except it's like non-physical. Like a spirit. Oh my god, that is absolutely insane. Holy crap. I have got goosebumps everywhere right now. No way! No way! No way! It freaking just rolled over there now! Holy shit!
This was the moment Ian decided he'd gone far enough. He left the cemetery unsettled and unsure if he had just crossed paths with the woman in white herself, or if it was the restless spirits of her children reaching out through the silence. Either way, one thing is clear. Something still lingers here, and it doesn't want to be forgotten. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. In the following video, Mosh explains that he believes he's been stalked by something dangerous. Over the past few weeks, he's mentioned waking up to footsteps pacing outside his bedroom door, shadows slipping past his hallway even when all the lights are off, and his unplugged TV flickering to life in the middle of the night. He's also talked about hearing low whispers, words he can't make out, coming from corners of the house he refuses to enter alone anymore. But one morning around 5 a.m., things escalated. Watch.
There's nobody here. It's just me and I'm shaking so hard because I just came down the stairs to make coffee and I was doing that and then I turned around and I saw something and then I came over to look and I heard footsteps coming down the stairs. Like you know when you hear the stairs coming and you know which way somebody's coming, up or down. You can tell which way somebody's coming. So I heard somebody coming down the stairs, and it's 5 in the morning, so it's not my dad or my mom. They're not here. They're still sleeping. I heard whispering, and I heard footsteps coming down the stairs. Oh my god. Okay. Hi, cat. Hi. Hey, beautiful. You scared the crap out of me. I thought you were something different. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. It didn't sound like you were coming down the stairs though. It sounded heavy. Why are you down here so early?
Whatever this was didn't just feel random to him. It felt intentional, like something had been creeping closer and finally decided to make itself known. Now, with everything he's been experiencing, people advised him to do an egg cleanse. In the paranormal world, an egg cleanse is believed to pull out negative energy or spiritual attachments, almost like wiping off something clinging to your aura. If the egg cracks strangely, turns cloudy, or shows dark shapes inside after the cleanse, many believe it's a sign that something unwanted was attached to you. And for someone living in Appalachia, where folklore, spirits, and strange encounters are practically part of everyday life, viewers weren't exactly surprised. They've heard enough stories from the mountains to know. When something starts following you out there, you pay attention. In this next clip, a group of explorers went to visit Selma Mansion in Norristown, a place steeped in dark history and ghost stories. Legend has it that during the Victorian era, the mother of the Knox family and several of her children died in that very mansion. Since then, visitors have reported strange, mischievous activity. Cabinet doors slamming open and shut on the 3rd floor, and shadowy figures glimpsed deep in the basement. People whisper that the spirits of the Knox children are still playing their old games. So when the explorers arrived, they didn't waste time. They set up a spirit box session, hoping to communicate with whatever might still linger in the walls. But things didn't stay calm for long. Watch this.
So did you like this toy? Hello. Oh my god.
Are you the one slamming the gate?
Yeah. Can you turn my toy back on, please? No. You hate it? No, it's going to say notice me or something. Enough like the flashing lights?
As they tried to pick up responses, something unmistakably out of place moved. One of the team said the air felt thick, like a weight pressing down on them, making every breath feel heavy. Now the question is this solid proof that the rumors about the Knox children haunt the mansion, or is there a different explanation we're missing? Now, in this next video, a man captures something he's certain isn't normal. He was sitting on the couch watching TV like any other night when he suddenly heard a soft jingle. The zipper on his wife's handbag, the same bag that had been sitting untouched for hours. No one walked past it, no one brushed against it, nothing. Just a sudden metallic rattle in a perfectly still room. Curious and a little uneasy, he got up to check what was going on. But the moment he moved closer, this happened. How do you explain something that hasn't been touched for hours suddenly shifting on its own? No breeze, no pets. Normally, he and his wife might have shrugged it off. But recently, too many strange things have been happening in that house for them to ignore. Just 2 nights earlier, the wife said she saw a shadow walk past the doorway, even though her husband was asleep beside her. So when the bag moved on its own, it didn't feel random. It felt like part of a pattern, something building and getting bolder. Paranormal or not, one thing is clear. Something in that house is trying to make itself known. In this next video, a man was in his room watching a movie when he suddenly realized something strange was happening in his bathroom. And to this day, he still has no idea what he walked into. Take a look.
Oh shit. Guys, I'm here watching the Polar Express movie, my favorite movie, and something is screaming from the bathroom. Or towards that area. Or something from over here. Oh, shit. Shit. Who's in here? If you're in here, come on out. Come on out, I said. Come on out now. Something bad. Something stinks. If you're in the bathroom, come on out. Come on out. Oh shit. Come on out now. Come on out. Ah shit. Oh shit. Hey. Who's in the bathroom now? Oh shit. Oh shit, it's nobody. Oh shit. Oh. Oh. Ah, fuck. Oh shit. I just saw something. I'm getting the out of here. Stay there. I'm fucking.
The very first thing that hit him when he opened the door was the smell. Sharp, sour, and overwhelming. A sudden bad odor appearing out of nowhere is almost never a good sign, especially in paranormal circles. Many believe that foul smells can signal a spirit trying to manifest, or something darker trying to draw attention to itself. But what really unsettled viewers was something he hadn't even considered at first. He had 2 mirrors facing each other. For a lot of people who study or follow the paranormal, that setup is a big red flag. 2 mirrors facing each other are believed to create an infinite reflection, a kind of open tunnel or energy loop that some say can invite activity or amplify whatever is already present in the home. So when you combine all of this, the sudden foul smell, the strange disturbance in the bathroom, and the mirror-to-mirror setup, whatever he walked into wasn't random. But as always, I'll leave you to be the judge. The following video was recorded by a man who has never been able to stay in one apartment for long. Every time he settles somewhere new, things start out normal, until a few months pass. Then the same pattern begins. Unexplainable noises, objects shifting on their own, and that unnerving feeling of being watched. And in this new house, the activity has already started. Only this time, each encounter seems worse than the last. One night, just as he was about to go to bed, he heard someone banging on his door. Watch closely.
Right, banging again. It's like something on the stairs. You can't hear it though. I can. Yeah. It's weird. It's not next door. It's like... the f... What the f... There might be pipes in floorboard. So every time I look, there's nothing there, though. On the stairs, quick. Nothing there. I need to tell him shit. Turn the water up. Freaking myself out.
If you look carefully, you'll notice a dark figure in a hoodie just standing there, watching him. But here's the real question. Could watching be the only thing this figure can do? Because the idea that someone is quietly observing you inside your own home is already disturbing. The kind of fear that sticks with you, makes you double check your locks, keeps you awake at night, wondering what you didn't hear or didn't see. But with cases like this, it's almost never a one-time thing. Watch this.
There's something banging then. Something was banging. I'm talking to myself. Something was just banging. Like, on my stairs. Dusty as f***. I'm being a p***. Is that a nib as well? What's that? There's something there. What the f***? Freaking myself out, man. Calm down. What the f*** was that? What's that? Something up there. What the f***?
Whatever is in this house, it's getting bolder, and to make matters worse, viewers have pointed out that his videos show a crazy amount of orbs. So what do you think he's actually dealing with here? Is this man simply unlucky with every home he chooses, or is something following him from place to place? You decide. Now, in this next video, a ghost hunter named Donnie has been dealing with a sudden spike in activity inside his home, and it's all happened within the past 3 weeks. According to him, whatever is going on didn't start randomly. He believes something followed him home after an EVP session, and every day since, the activity has been getting stronger. One morning, he woke up to the sound of someone running down his stairs, fast, loud, and heavy, but here's the part that chilled him. He was completely alone. He grabbed his phone and started recording. Take a look.
Oh, what the? Off. Right off. Who's here? Who's here? Me. Do you see that? That should not be good. Who's going up my stairs? Hey, buddy. You okay? Who's here? Are you okay? Are you okay? Holy sh... This has got to stop. Fuck that. Two swinging lights. I don't know what the you can't be here. You have to go. I didn't tell you to come here. So I'm the only one here. Ever since this is getting way...
Objects moving on their own, cupboards swinging open, footsteps on floors where nobody should be, and sharp knocks echoing through the house. These aren't occasional events anymore, they're becoming aggressively common, but something else made him truly terrified. Watch this.
I don't want you at the top of the stairs. Come on, this is your playroom. This is our playroom. Don't be scared. Come on, buddy. This is your basement. This is me in your basement. Come on. Terry, you don't gotta be scared. You come with me. Come on. Think something's down here? Come on. Come with Daddy. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. You don't have to be scared. You come with me. What, someone up there? You okay? What's that look for? Are you scared, buddy? You don't have to be scared. You're a good boy. You don't have to be scared. I'll pick you up. You want me to pick you up? Come here. You want to come? I'll protect you. Okay. This is his basement. You don't have, I've never seen, why aren't you coming? Hey?
After that, he went down to the basement to try to figure out why his dog was acting that way, and that's when the situation crossed into something far more unsettling.
So, it's holy water. Our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. What the? Thy will be done on earth as is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. This is the stair. Holy fuck. Forgive. You cannot stay here. You are not welcome. I did not invite you. Are you okay? You don't have to be scared. You stick with me, okay? What did you see? Did you see something? Holy shit. Did I not just close that? No, I left that open. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. That's... You gotta go. You were not invited here. You're not wanted here. Okay, I got you set up. You're pointing towards that. All right. The top of this scare case is where I thought I saw a shadow. And that was moving like that.
For someone who's been inside more haunted locations than most people will ever step foot in, it's easy to understand why Donnie thinks something attached itself to him and followed him home. But until we get more updates from him, this case remains an unresolved and very alarming mystery. Now in this next video, the popular Midwest ghost hunter Ian continues his deep dive into one of Nebraska's most notoriously haunted locations, the Argo Hotel. This time, he headed straight into the basement, a part of the building many people refuse to enter. According to long-standing rumors, the basement is home to the spirit of a little girl who used to run and play down there, and there's also an old piano said to start playing by itself when no one is around. When Ian reached the bottom of the stairs, he began trying to communicate with whatever presence might still linger there. At first, everything was quiet, just that heavy, stale basement air. But then, this happened.
What the hell was that? Whatever it was, it sounded loud. And metal. Did you just move something in here? Oh God! Oh God! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! I know exactly what that was now. It was that freaking doctor's table, or whatever the heck that is. Oh God! I don't think I could stay down here much longer. Dude, that thing just freaking moved all by itself. Just take deep breaths. You can get through this. Oh God. Look at that thing. It was literally up against the wall. And now look, it is way out here. in the freaking drawer. The drawer's open too. That wasn't open before. Was this one of the doctor's tables that was used in this hospital? Oh my God. All right, I'm legitimately ready to go. I don't want to be down here. That literally sounded like a little girl. Little girl's voice.
It sounded like a child's voice, and the moment Ian heard it, he froze. He couldn't shake the feeling that the stories he'd heard were no longer just rumors. Something was down there. And after this moment, Ian wasn't the only one convinced that the basement holds a spirit that never really left. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following clip was recorded by Melhia Davis, a woman who is fully convinced that her house is haunted. For months, she's been dealing with things she just can't explain. Faint footsteps in the hallway long after everyone is asleep, doors clicking open in the early hours of the morning, and the feeling of being watched whenever she walks past her kids' rooms. One night, after putting her children to bed, this happened. Watch. First, she heard strange sounds coming from down the hallway. When she went to trace the noise, she saw the white door slowly closing on its own. Not long after, scratching sounds began coming from the walls, and before she could even process that, her TV suddenly turned itself on, without anyone touching the remote. She's burned camphor, she's tried cleansing her space with Palo Santo, and she's done everything people recommended to keep the energy calm. But nothing seems to be changing. Now, for the sake of her children, leaving is starting to feel like the only option left. Yet, many viewers insist that since nothing harmful has happened, the spirit might simply be seeking attention or trying to communicate. But is it really worth waiting until something does happen? What exactly do you think she's dealing with, and is moving out the right call or a rash decision? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. In the following clip, a woman who has been dealing with what she believes is a mimic decided to sage her home, and for a while everything went quiet. No strange voices, no footsteps, no movement in the corners, just silence. Until one night, this happened. Watch this.
So she's back. The last time I made this video, people were saying that it's my double reflection. But I'm just gonna put up my hand here. Yeah, the sage has worn off.
Aside from the mimic-like reflection in the window, viewers pointed out something even more disturbing. Another figure lurking in the darkness. When she realized this, it added an entirely new mystery to her situation. She also mentioned something most people found chilling. Whenever she turns around, nothing is there. She only ever sees the mimic through window reflections, never directly. Some think that means this thing is tied to reflective surfaces, almost like it can only reveal itself when she isn't looking at it head on. Others believe it's intentionally avoiding being seen, which could mean it's growing more aware or more dangerous. But the detail that caused the biggest debate? The fact that she saged the house. Many viewers believe that if she was dealing with a mimic, saging may have been a mistake. Not because sage is bad, but because some entities don't flee from cleansing. They get agitated by it. A few even suggested that sage might have pushed the mimic deeper into hiding, making it harder to track and possibly attracting something else in the process. But I'll leave that part to you. Was saging the house helpful, or did it make things worse? In this next clip, an explorer visits the former home of a woman named Rebecca, a place many locals believe is still haunted by her spirit. Have a look.
No. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. All right.
When you knock on a door and it opens by itself, especially in a house with a history like this, there are a few unsettling possibilities. Some believe that in the paranormal world, a door opening on its own can be a form of invitation, a spirit responding to your presence, acknowledging that it heard you. Others say it's a sign of residual activity, where the house is replaying something Rebecca used to do in life, almost like an echo of her routine. But the interpretation that creeped people out the most is the idea of intelligent interaction, meaning the spirit isn't just present, but aware. If the door opened right after he knocked, some think Rebecca might be answering the door the same way she would have when she was alive, only now she's doing it from the other side. So was this a simple coincidence, a residual replay, or Rebecca herself responding? You decide. Now, in this next video, a woman named Kyla, who has talked before about hearing strange things around her home, like faint footsteps on her porch at night, whispers outside her bedroom window, and soft knocks on her walls with no one there, experienced something even more unsettling. This time, she was outside, and her doorbell camera caught what appears to be a ghostly voice. Listen closely.
Inside, here we go. Here we go. I'm not worried. He's gonna grab his keys and you're gonna have to leave me.
What the fuck was that?
An unknown entity clearly says, "Hey, hey, hey." When a spirit communicates only through voice but never shows itself physically, many believe it could mean a few things. Some say it's the sign of a disembodied spirit, one that hasn't fully manifested but is still strong enough to interact with sound. Others think it could be a mimic trying to lure attention, using a friendly tone so the person lowers their guard. And in some cases, a voice without a form is said to be the start of a progression, where the activity slowly builds over time, eventually becoming louder, more frequent, and even more personal. If this is the beginning stage, what comes later could be anything from full apparitions to objects moving on their own, depending on the intention of whatever is trying to communicate with her. For now, all we know is, something spoke, and it wasn't human. Now, experiencing a mimic for the first time can be overwhelming in a way you can't quite prepare for. Hearing a voice that sounds exactly like you echoing through your own home, especially when you know you're completely alone, isn't just confusing, it hits you with a kind of fear that goes straight to your spine. It feels wrong on every level, like reality is glitching. That's exactly what happened to the man in this clip, and he still hasn't recovered from the shock. He also has no idea how to make sure it never happens again. Take a look.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Where I told you. Come here.
But here's the big question. What do you do when you hear your own voice in your house? Some people insist the first step is setting boundaries out loud, telling whatever is there that it is not allowed to mimic you. Others swear by protection practices like cleansing with smoke, salt barriers at doorways, or placing mirrors facing outward to bounce back unwanted energy. Then there's the other side of the debate. Some believe that confronting or acknowledging a mimic only makes it stronger, since mimics are known for feeding off attention and fear. Sadly, that's exactly what happened.
Okay, I don't know what you're doing. You can literally hear that. You can literally hear that. No. What the fuck? Oh my god. No.
According to some of his friends, the safest thing to do is to ignore it completely. Act like you didn't hear a thing and avoid giving it any emotional reaction. But a few insist that mimics are a sign of a deeper energy imbalance in the home, something that may require a medium, a cleansing ritual, or even relocating if the activity escalates, but like other videos, I'll let you be the judge of this one. Now in this next video, the popular Midwest ghost hunter Ian continues his exploration through one of Nebraska's most haunted places, the Argo Hotel. This time, he decided it was finally time to check out room 1, the only room he hadn't stepped into yet. He sounded casual, even a little curious, but there was a slight hesitation in his voice, the kind that slips out when you're not entirely sure what you're about to walk into. At first glance, the room looks surprisingly normal, neat, quiet, almost welcoming. Definitely not what he expected from the creepiest room guests kept warning him about. But then, out of nowhere, this happened. Watch.
My voice. Could you? Whoa. No way. Oh god, oh god. That thing is freaking moving. I mean, it is windy outside, but still, that's like really moving. Is this your jewelry? It's very beautiful. Could you move it again? I'm just trying to think of any rational explanation, but I've got nothing. I can't think of anything. Like I said, it is really windy outside. I can literally hear it whistling out there. But none of it's getting into here, so... I mean, I would be feeling that, like, especially if it's moving that much. Like, you would feel that gusto when you'd hear it. Whoever moved that necklace, could you tell me your name? Getting a little freaked out now. Something else just moved. And it's always got to be behind me. Why does it always have to be freaking behind me? It freaks me out. What the heck got moved? I'm not even sure. I smell something floral. It smells like perfume. I mean, it could be coming from this. I don't really smell it from there, though. It's like coming from somewhere else. Ma'am, is that your perfume I'm smelling? I'm not alone. Room. I am not alone. I came from over in here now. It sounded like the bed. The bed moving. Holy shit. Nope. I'm done.
Room 1 is rumored to be haunted by the spirit of a woman A presence guest claim loves to brush against people while they sleep, as if checking whether they're awake. Some even said they felt a hand on their arm or shoulder in the middle of the night. After Ian finally calmed his nerves and worked up the courage to go back inside, something else happened.
Clearly had to reach from underneath here and pull this. That takes a lot of force. Was that you who just undid this bedding? If so, I'm gonna dare you to pull the blankets off the rest of the way. Could you do that for me? Oh no. Oh no. What the hell is that now? There's freaking water. Water running in there. What the hell is that? Is that the freaking bathtub? What the hell? Oh my god. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Alright, I'm done. I'm done with this room. I'm ready to be out.
And that moment was enough for him. No more theories, no more doubt. To Ian, this was absolute proof that the Argo Hotel is haunted. For more haunting videos, including Ian, subscribe to the channel now.